So we always say that windy days will bring wild dogs, and here we have the evidence of this. So just underneath that fallen tree over there is a small group of African wild dogs. So unfortunately these are one of the most endangered of the African predators, so it's very, very special when we get to see them. This is quite a big pack. There's maybe 4 or 5 underneath that fallen tree, and if you go a bit further around behind those rocks, there's quite a few of them, more of them lying behind the rocks. So wild dogs are diurnal predators. Doesn't mean that they won't be active at night, but they're predominantly active during the day. But in a windy day like this, and it's quite chilly out here today, so I think they're taking a bit of cover in the drainage line, trying to get out of the wind. So wild dogs on windy days like this will actually use this advantage of the wind when they're hunting. So they will normally, what dogs will try and do is when they hunt, they'll try and keep themselves downwind of the prey. So if there's a very strong wind coming from the prey to them, it means their scent isn't going to be transferred down to the animals. It gives them a bit of the element of surprise. Another very interesting thing that you can see with these wild dogs is that white tip to the tail. Now that white tip to the tail is what we refer to as a follow me sign. So help everyone see each other through as they're running through the bush, especially with wild dogs, if they're high speed chasers, then it makes it a bit easier to have this bright white thing to follow instead of the rest of the camouflage body. So wild dogs have a very interesting social structure. It's led by an alpha male and an alpha female, and then a couple of subordinate males and females. One of the most incredible things, in my opinion, about wild dogs is the fact that they look after each other. Even if a wild dog has been badly injured, the other members of the pack, so when wild dogs hunt, they'll send out scouts, and what those scouts will do is they will gorge themselves on meat, and then they'll come back and regurgitate that meat for either the youngsters or even those injured ones like we were talking about earlier. So they really do look after each other, and they all participate in looking after the members of the pack. So one thing that makes wild dogs so special for us is actually the fact that there aren't that many left in this world. So they reckon in the entire continent of Africa, they reckon there's between 5,000 and 7,000, not that many. And in the Kruger National Park, they reckon it's only about 400.